update on planning debacle. So I've been having some very interesting, important conversations with so many people that want to help us, and it seems to be we have more support than we do people that are miserable and hate us. I would like to know what we've done apart from run a business and look after animals and just want to get on in life. So whoever it is, if you want to reach out and just tell me exactly what we've done to make you so angry and bitter, then get in touch. You know where we are. Anyway, so it's come about that we had an enforcement investigation I knew nothing about in November 2023. Because there's such a backlog, they didn't get to us until I think it was June or July 2024. I've got that in an email. And this is no reflection on the enforcement officer whatsoever. It's just doing her job, right? So very polite, very helpful, wants to work with us, everything else. So she can't give me the information in that complaint because it is confidential. However, she cannot. But this morning I will be obtaining all of that. Well, I'll be doing a subject access request, also an environmental request, because a subject access request, please correct me if I'm wrong, is personal letters and things like that, emails, blah blah blah. The environmental request is anything to do with our land, so there is a way people can get around it to hide information of where their complaint originates from. So I'll be doing both of those, but they do redact all the personal information, so I don't get any of that. However, because there's been so many emails over the years and the redaction has been done on some of them very poorly, you can see who it is. That's nothing to do with me. You can see their style of writing. Everyone has a particular style of writing, so you know, you can't ever be 100% sure. However, you can I'm reading notes. You can obtain it through court proceedings, which we are going to go down that route, and I, you know, possibly going to sue for damages because of the mental, emotional, and it's taken me away from my business again. You know, I'm now spending time, instead of making products, because we're at the Holsworthy show, please come and see us on the 27th of August. We got a third prize for the best stall last year. Not that we've got a business or anything. Please do come along and see us. You know, it's taken me away from my business. Now, it's stated that we got a 19,000. That ain't profit, you know. So I can just put all these court proceedings and stuff, you know, it's detrimental to my business. So it's up to you. If you want to continue, then we'll continue on. So it gives me the pictures, information, so any pictures that have been taken. Also, if people have taken pictures on the land and shouldn't have been on the land, that person can get done for trespassing, and it's private land, so you can't actually take physical pictures or videos or anything of our stuff without our consent. So that's another thing to add to the solicitor. Also, did you know that Torridge's budget for development control is £939,878? You're contributing to that cost, right? So where have I made these notes? Hang on a second. I've done so many notes. Basic complaint costs. This is all through a lot of research. A complaint So when you submit these silly letters, okay, go through to the council, and it costs between £100 and £300 just to look at it, just to accept that there's a letter. Okay, because it gets passed from person to person. That person's got to log this, got to scan this, da 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 da. All by, you know, the ICO GDPR regulations, but that goes out the window when you get a solicitor, so we will know who it is. Visit and investigations between £300 and £1,000 per visit. How many have we had? How many complaints have we had? How many letters have been put in? So we're probably up to several £1,000s just on you complaining to the council. All that does is put more stress on the council's budget that they could be spending on more important things than just you're a bit upset. Also, me doing this subject access requests, environmental requests and everything else to protect ourselves, you know, it's going to cost between £200 and £500 just to start it off. It's probably going to cost, you know, in the thousands by the time they've gone. I mean, we're going to have to go back now. I wasn't going to, but now I've got to go back to like when we bought the land, like nearly 9 years ago. We've now got to go through all of that. I want it all again, you know. And the writing styles would be very apparent of who keeps on doing it, and then we'll just get a harassment case built, because that is what it's getting into now. It is just harassment and time wasting, and the mental strain and, you know, emotional strain. You know, I'll have to sue for damages because it's just too much. Anyway, with the amount of land that we have, I know the little plot you keep on moaning about is a small plot, but we do actually rent more down the road, and we're actually buying more in the local area. I'm not telling you where it is because I can't be arsed with all this to-ing and fro-ing. Anyway, we're classed as a Class A agricultural enterprise. Okay, we're an agricultural enterprise because we do earn money from the land, the animals that are on that land. So we have agricultural permitted development rights. Now, if you so wish, I will close my shop in Bideford, and I can do a 28-day notification and put something on the land to run the business from. So I will be there the 24 hours a day. I will be there all day and all night, which would actually help me. So probably going to do that, because why pay rent and everything else when I can just have it there and be with the animals all day instead of, I know, like the retail unit, but I'll keep the retail unit and I'll employ someone to run that for me because it's a business. So that is where we are at the moment. Again, still seeking legal advice. No issue with the enforcement officer. She's very nice, very helpful, very professional. You know, we're very happy to cooperate at every stage, but when it's not wasting time, this is just wasting everybody's time, costing so much money. I just don't understand why you want to continue to make the council waste money on us because you're a bit upset. Just because you don't like something doesn't mean it's wrong. Just because you don't like something, or, you know, there could be a few of you that are in a little hate group, it doesn't mean that we're breaking any laws. We're not breaking any laws. No, we're not breaking any UK legislation whatsoever. So if it's just going to run into the thousands now. But at the end of the day, I'm just fed up with people creating problems, just creating problems, right? All we do is we go to our land, we tend to all our animals, we tend to the ground. It's a very, very tidy site. It is a working farm. There's going to be bits and bobs here and there, but you can't call enforcement because I've got 2 ponies and a small holding on the same land. The council really need to understand that there's a pattern forming. You're also responsible for not, keep doing this to us. You can't keep doing this to us. You just can't. And to not know we had an enforcement in when was it, 2023 and 2024, is shocking that nobody's told us anything about. No letters, no emails, nothing, absolutely zero. But we'll be getting that in 20 days because I've already written the email to Pop to Torridge this morning, and then I'll take it to the solicitor, and then once I have that, we will then be able to obtain who it is, just through the court proceedings and go through a harassment case. But basically we're very open about how we look after our animals, how we we care for them, we love them, and we have a really good business. Like, you just have to look at the Google reviews and the website and everything else. Every penny I earn gets reinvested. Every single penny. I have nothing, and I'm happy having nothing, because I just feel like I'm helping other people with their skin. This is what, maybe take a bit of note. It's actually being nice to people. I mean, I don't know if you remember a few weeks ago, I went halfway across Devon to get ice cream for this old chap that really wanted ice cream, but he'd lost his driving licence and his son lives so far away and he can only cycle places. That's what nice people do, right? That's what nice people do. They don't write letters. They don't continually write letters about, I don't like this, I don't like that, oh, they're doing this, they're doing this. Look at the law, educate yourself on the law, okay? And then we'll just go from there. But again, I'm spending today doing all of this. Also packing up web orders because the website's very, very busy right now. And a lot of holiday makers, so a lot of them are buying stuff in the shop, which is absolutely wonderful. So just a little note out there of the up-to-date information. See you later.